Hi, everybody. Thank you for attending our Sales CRM and Reporting webinar. Okay, to get started in our CRM, you'll want to go to our dashboard section, which is right here. On this page, you'll see a general overview of any open deals that you may have, new deals, any new companies that you may have added in the last 30 days, any new people that you've added, deals won, invoiced amounts. And if you scroll further on the page, you're going to see any of the deals and dollar value by sales person. And then you also see the pipeline by stage. You also see the potential to close of each of your salespeople. And then if you click on these, you'll be able to download these charts and save them as the areas right here, PDF, JPEG. You'll also be able to draw on these if you click on the annotate and print them. Okay, moving on to the next section is the CRM Calendar. Right here, you'll be able to see any sales meetings that you may have set up, any presentation meetings, proposal meetings, whatever you schedule on your CRM calendar. You can go ahead and add new items to the calendar by clicking that plus symbol. You can drag on employees or drag on your teams that you may have set up. And the scheduling will also go more in depth during that scheduling webinar as well. Next, we'll move on to the deals section here. When you're adding a deal, you'll want to click on this orange cogwheel over here. You'll click on Add a Deal. You'll type in your deal name. You'll pick the person associated to that deal. You'll choose your company. You'll put the amount, the potential that the deal is going to be. You'll pick your deal stage, a loss reason, potential to close, any notes, which will be the summary section. Fill out the address, state here, pick the salesperson, any sources that you may have set up, and the statuses, and any custom fields that you may have set up under the sales CRM settings that we covered in last week's webinar. So once all this is set up here, we'll go into a deal. Once you'll save that, we'll pull up the deal page. You'll get a page like this with an overview of all those deal details. So any notes that you may have put in will be right here in the summary section. Any of your custom fields will display here. These are collapsible. Any other notes you may have put, any of your attached files that you could save. And from this page here, you can also go into creating a proposal or clicking the Create Project button. So moving into setting up a company, you'll also go ahead and do the same thing. Click the orange cogwheel over here, click on Add Company. It'll prompt for all the information that it'll walk you through here, the company, the owner, email. You'd fill out all these details, pick your salesperson, source, and then any of your custom fields that you may have set up under the CRM settings will display right here. And then you would save your company. So looking at a company record here, it'll be the same type of page like this, an overview of all that company information. So it'll show you all the information that you set up, the additional information here. Any deals that you have associated to that company will display right here. You can add new deals by clicking right here. Any custom fields that you set up for your company will show here. And all your associated records that are going to be for that company will show here. So this will show any proposals that are associated to that company, any projects, any work orders, any invoices. So at any point you click into these, it'll pull up that proposal or project, whatever you're clicking on. Moving into setting up a person. You go over here, click the orange cog again, click on Add Person. You would fill out all the information here that it's going to prompt for once again here, and then you'll have your custom fields that you may have set up for the CRM people. Then you'd click Save, and then we'll pull up a test record here so you can see it's the same layout type of view, but this time with all the person info, any deals associated with it. You'll see all your associated records once again, any activities that you may have set up. And then you'll also see your calendar here displayed. And any notes. And then the CRM settings, that was covered in Monday's webinar, so you can always reference that video to set up all the CRM settings. Okay, moving into the next section that we're going to cover reporting. So you'd scroll down here to the reporting section. We'll cover custom reporting first. So you'll want to go to the report builder. So from here, you'll generally choose any of these fields for information that's shown. You can choose all. So report types, we have several different report types: clients, deals, employees, invoices, any of these. So if you wanted to see projects, for display fields, you can click on these, pick the fields that you want to display for data, for as far as data. So you can go through and pick these. You can delete them out. If you wanted to choose all, you could go ahead and choose all on this and it would prompt for everything. So you can go ahead and pick project names if you wanted to narrow it down, status, categories that you may have set up, or a certain phase. So we have several customizable fields here based on the data that you want to see. And then you just click Get Report at the bottom here once you're ready to see that data. So from here, you're able to save it as well if you needed to save it as an Excel, PDF. So if you go ahead and save this report, if you're using this report monthly and you want to use it every month, you don't have to rebuild it every time. You can name your report something like, projects by phase or whatever you want to grab as far as data. Put in a description for what the report is. So once you save it, you'll have access here in this Save Reports. So you'll see here if you click on this, it'll pull up the old report with all your fields already saved. That way you can just change, if you're doing different data, you can delete these out or add new ones in. We also have a chart builder here. You'll access it by the chart builder here. So you select the chart that you want to display data for. So we have pie charts here, line charts. So for example, if you wanted to see again projects by phase, you'd click draw and it would draw you out a chart. And we have all the other features here to save, print, draw on here. And then you can also change colors, sizes when you're drawing on it. Or you can delete these out. And then you can also save those charts by clicking Save Your Chart if you don't want to build your chart every time. And then you'd access any saved charts here under the Save Chart area. And then we also have the delete feature on those as well. Moving into the CRM Deals reports. You can run several different reports on these: yesterday, custom dates, so just pick your time period that you're looking for. You can group them. So you can select your sales employees. And then we don't have any data for this one, but it'll show you your data based on the report that you run here. So people reports, pick your time period. We'll just select all sales employees. And then it'll give you an overall report. Any of the CRM activities reports. It would show you all the CRM activities tied to each person. And then we have time tracking reporting. Pick your time period. Pick your project or all projects. And then it'll give you a breakout of all the projects and the total hours. Employee hours per project. And then it'll give you reporting down below. We also have budgets by phase. So pick a project type, project name, and then it'll give you an overall project hours versus budget. So that pretty much covers the time tracking for reporting here. We'll open it up to any questions that you guys may have. Feel free to type in a message here and I can answer those as you guys have questions. I'll leave a few minutes here to go over those. Yeah, so the first question, we do have a time tracking app. You would just go to the App Store, Google Play, or the iTunes Store. You would download our Projects 360 app. It's specifically for time tracking. So they would clock into their project, their work order, and select their phase that they're logging into. And then they'd hit the enter time, which we'll cover more of the time tracking stuff when we hit the time tracking section. You'll be able to see also what guys are currently clocked in. Yep, next question was, can you have custom deal fields when you're, or you can you add a new one? Yes, you can. So under the CRM settings here, which I covered here, so you can have any custom fields here based off of company, person, or deals. So you would just add them in right here. You can drag and drop the order, and these fields right here would show up when you're adding at the very bottom here. And then someone asked, is the meeting recorded? Yes, all of our webinars are going to be recorded moving forward. If you go to our Projects 360 website, under our Learning Center here, any previously recorded webinars will fall right here. And then any new ones that we're going to be doing will show up here that you can register for. And then people are asking, under a deal, can you create a walkthrough process or custom forms? At the time for a deal, on the deal level you can't, but on the actual person, we have this activities where you can set up templates. So if there's a certain sales process that you want them to follow, you can set up activities for that. So if you were to click add from a template, so this is under the CRM settings where you could set up a sales process and reminders. So I'll go back to the settings area here. Right under task and events, this is where you could set up task and event types, drag and drop the order, or set up a template if you have a sales process. That seems to be all of our questions for today. If you guys have any follow-up questions, always feel free to shoot us an email. That's at support@projects360.com. We're available here toll free, 1-844-688-5584. Or we're also available through our website here, live chat. And we'll have our next webinar this Friday, April 13th from 10 to 11 a.m. Thanks everyone for their time. Have a great rest of your week.